When you play with Lina,
While Fenrir has a Shadow Demon one.
Burned.
Looking
He's
pretty
like...
angry. I think he's constipated.
Crumpling over, yeah, he's like...
I think he's a bit blocked up inside. Blocked up with rage. Can't do anything about it. IG, what are they doing here now? Burning heading up to this top lane. So they're not sending the Legion Commander there. Faith on the Phoenix. And in fact, it'll be Chuan and Ji Luo heading to the bot lane on the Rasta and Legion Commander. Can you see my face? Not you. People are saying one of the inscriptions is "Can you see my face?" But I don't know which one that. I don't know which one that is. Juggernaut,
Lina,
I guess.
You tend to get
Oh,
burned.
Naga. Naga says you can't see my face. Thanks, guys.
It looked like Luo was going to go into the offlane last game, but I guess they paused so early we wouldn't have known. He's been given a sentry ward now. And Ice just camping off this bot rune as we usually see Brood Mothers doing, actually. Saying, this is my lair, I dare you to walk in and challenge my rune.
My bounty rune, it's mine. I want to see you do it.
Because there's 3 people here, he's not, they actually are going to challenge him, they will take it. They've got True Sight, they've got Arrester, they could kill him if he goes, but they'll get the other bounty rune on either Storm or Sniper, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
He's a sniper.
4-man strong up here. Faith not wanting to level anything up until he hits 2, so then he can go for Dive and Fiery Spirits. Be pretty happy just to stick around with burning up on this top lane. So it's not going to be Shadow Shaman and Juggernaut on top, which I thought maybe had a little more killing potential. But this feels a lot more solid, a lot more well-rounded. Whereas down on the bot lane, you know, you've got Chuan who can run between bot and mid, maybe find a kill on the sniper. The help of Ferrari slowing him down, doing the nuke damage. Oh.
Well, IG love running this lane as a Phoenix Axe combo, and of course Juggernaut's not Axe, but usually what they do there is the Axe gets sort of level 3 and then moves to the jungle and Phoenix becomes the offlaner. And I wonder if that's the plan here, for the Phoenix to just help the Juggernauts in the early stages, and Juggernaut's not a terrible hero at moving off the jungle itself.
Faith taking a nice big burst of HP there. Returning back to FY with Fiery Spirits, Burning joined by Chuan, who runs up from the bot lane. Lina with that long range harass, there's nothing they can really do to stop that. And Fenrir, once he starts charging into you, look at this, 3 men just running away from a tree.
It's a tricky lane actually right now, because the weakness of the Dire's lane, Vici Gaming, is the Storm. It doesn't do a whole lot in this situation. But the tree and the Lina do so much, especially the tree, that I think IG a bit nervous to force the issue just quite yet. If the Phoenix had his spirits ready there, I think we might have seen a spin with some spirits and a lightning and contesting that little piece of aggression.
Beware of forest fire.
We just saw from Ferrari, you know, he did this sort of movement across the ramp to try and get a Shadow Strike down, got headshot the first time he wanted to right-click super. Then he threw the Shadow Strike, suddenly there's Shrapnel and 4 more hits on the Ferrari, taking more damage than he dealt onto the Sniper. Difficult lane to deal with. Ice on his bot lane nearly has a Soul Ring completed against Luo. But with the overwhelming odds and the passive from Legion Commander, it's not as easy to swarm her and overwhelm her with those
Well, FY's gonna get a haste rune. He had those early boots, but haste will do a whole lot more. And if he had spotted on Churn, they're gonna go for Faith.
Well, Faith dropping pretty low, the healing ward keeping him nice and healthy for now. The Life Strike Array will lock him down. Burning now the second target they're going to go for, slowed with the Overload. He doesn't have mana to spin. The Shackle and the Talon to How, but Chuan is actually going to be the second target here. TP comes in, Faith will not be here on time.
This is now a bit of a massacre for IG because, again, I said, normally, conventionally, a defensive tri-lane with a Storm Spirit as the core is not that strong, but getting that rune and plus the power of the tree, which is, I agree, very strong in this lane. It's really hard to be the team running the aggressive tri-lane when the enemy team is the one making the kills in the lane. You don't have your pools, you can't like fall back onto that, whereas the defensive tri-lane said they were dying, they could fall back on some pool.
Not only that, but you can't stack up to the Queen of Pain, you can't do anything like that. Super will get shackled in mid though, Ferrari blinks up onto the high ground. Level 1 Scream, level 2 Shadow Strike, the living armor. Not going to keep Sniper alive, does make it a little bit more difficult for IG to find that kill.
It's the perfect decision from Churn at this point. After what happened in the top lane, if he runs back to the top lane and just sits there and tries to contest the lane 3v3, he's not going to achieve much. Rotating to the mid lane, now he's put pressure on the enemy supports. Now you see FY rotating to the mid lane because the Queen of Pain is going to threaten the Sniper a lot now that she's got a bit of an advantage, especially with the Rasta missing off the map. And that'll draw the supports off the safe lane and open up Hao again to the weakness of the safe lane. I mean, he's the CS leader at this point, and once he gets to level 6, they're not going to be able to kill him, but they want to try put pressure on him, and one way to do that is to pull the Lina away. Safe point, looking for a real something.
I'm not too sure. Not too sure at all. They saw her moving in. Ferrari, I think, was contemplating blinking over to the ramp here to try and harass that sniper, maybe get a sneaky little kill. But they saw FY running across with that Lina. She's controlling Rune. She's doing her job there. With the Tranquil Boots early on, she is super quick.
So far in the safe lane, Legion has done its job as the pick because it's going pretty much even with the Brood Mother. And it's nice to be in a situation against a Brood where you have one hero that just chases it.
Dire's top tower.
Top lane, they're going again. Burning gets slowed down with the lead. The overload will apply this as well. But they're diving? How? I thought they'd just give up as soon as Burning reached the tier 1 tower.
Because Faith had used both his spells already, I suppose Hao felt comfortable knowing that Orly's going to take his right clicks.
Well, how are we looking last hit wise? Storm with 25 for 3. This top lane has, like you said, crushed the aggressive tri-lane over your IG. 23 for 5 and 22 for 3. Down on the bot lane, safe lane for Broodmother and Legion Commander respectively. Sniper?
I think Churn wants to kill Ice Ice Ice. Do you think he can?
Not too sure. There's spiderlings everywhere, scouting out whatever Chuan is doing.
Legion is, he's just got level 6, so we could see a duel into Shackles. Might be enough to take him down. They've got the extra sentry ward, but Ice 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 just knows too much. He knows Chuan's there.
He knows there's a sentry there as well. The range creeps attacking his little spiderlings. Look at this. He knows exactly where he's right now. He's gauging where the sentry is. Where am I being attacked from? I'm being attacked from here and here. Where's the sentry? Well, I'm still being attacked down here. So that means that the sentry has got to be somewhere in this area.
Meantime, back in the top lane, the supports from Vici Gaming just bullying IG's dual lane, and Ferrari tipping up there. Okay.
4 guys to try and contest with this safe lane tri-lane. Let's see what they can get done. Faith, level 3 now. He's got 2 of the Fire Spirits. Ferrari is level 6 with the Sonic Wave. How? Laying down remnants to give them that vision though. And Ferrari looks like he's TP'd up here for nothing.
Middle tower
yeah, because there's a ward. There's a ward on the tower from Vici Gaming, and the reaction suggests to Ferrari, he's like, okay, they have a ward. What a waste of time. I guess we gotta go back. And Vici Gaming 1 step ahead again.
That allows Super to sit back a little bit on his mid lane as well. Hiding at that tier 1. He's got shrapnels at the ready. Assassinate even to throw down onto Ferrari if he wants to try and get some harass in there early.
I don't know, I still go back to the thoughts of, I wonder whether IG might get better value if the Juggernaut just moves to the jungle early on and the Phoenix is off lane. Because they're not shutting down the Storm at all here.
Yeah, we've seen jungle in pubs quite a lot recently. Not sure how Burning would feel about that. He likes getting his last hits on creeps in the lane.
He's not getting a whole lot of those this game.
Faith? Oh man, FY with Life Strike Array from down in the river. While mid lane they get a kill on the sniper, so Fenrir a little bit slow off the mark there, not getting to his teammate in time. Living Armor I'm assuming was used on him, but Ferrari and Chuan, with the new characters they've got, level 2 and either shot does burst people down pretty quickly.
I want to say that if Chuan had not had these 2 successful rotations onto the sniper mid, Vici Gaming would be looking extremely good right now. They'd be looking very comfortably ahead in this game the way it's progressing, but just because of those 2 kills on the sniper, it gives them some kind of leverage. Pop's got a lot more room to get things done. The sniper's got to be a lot more worried about things getting done to him. And if it wasn't for that ward earlier on, the Ferrari's rotations at top lane probably would have actually resulted in some kills as well.
Yeah, down in the spot lane, Ice is dropping low, but Bo is not too healthy either. Sitting on 500 HP, the Strength Treads helps out. Soaring so he can spam out overloading rods as often as he can. But look at this, Ice 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 wants to play aggressively. 2 teammates have joined in, FY and Super, ready to go in. Shrapnel, Assassinate, they're just going to throw everything down onto Luo, and there's no chance of escape. And Ice 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 actually picks up the kill with one of his little spiderlings nibbling away at that Legion Commander.
Yeah, so I keep saying, you know, Chuan's got some successful rotations, which has helped his team stay in the early game, but FY is getting just as much, if not more, done than Chuan on this Lina. And he actually picks up an inverse rune, hits the mid lane. I wonder, there's probably not much chance of Queen of Pain dying to this. Oh, but Chuan's smoking on the Shadow Shaman up to the top lane.
But they want to try and kill Hal. He is level 6, so it's going to take some movement to catch him off guard. If he goes further forward, oh, is this good enough? Nope.
Well, there's a Hex on Shadow
Yeah,
Shaman.
he's ready. Hex, Chuan catches Hal. Now the shackles come out. Perfectly timed with the Ether Shock in between. But
Living armor.
even when it's perfect, it's not good enough. Middle lane, Ferrari goes down to FY and Fenrir, both comboing up pretty nicely there to bring, I guess Ferrari blinked downhill or something like that, or away from the rune, and so happened that the Trent and Lina were there ready.
Well, the Lina was inverse, remember, so I guess she got the jump on the Quap. I just thought it wouldn't be enough, but maybe there was a shrapnel involved, maybe Tree like traded a bit with her, and then she got stunned in opportune time. I feel like the top kill on Storm might have happened if the Jagger had more of a spin during the disable, but he only got a spin to damage him right at the end.
So far, Vici looking pretty damn strong. 5,000 net worth ahead of IG right now with a score of 5-2, almost 10 minutes into the game. Experience-wise, about a 3k lead. Not that great, but net worth. A lot of it is sitting on this Broodmother. He's now taking control of the Radiant jungle, which is what offlane Broodmothers do. They hit that certain level to get up to level 7 or 8. Ferrari now stunned up with the Laguna Blade of Spiderlings will be enough. With one last right click from Lina to bring down Ferrari on that Queen of Pain.
And we talk about the fact that Chuan's had success in the early game, but IG recently it's been all about burning at Ferrari, basing the game around them getting early gold, early items, being able to join fights, but also farm. It's burning at Ferrari who are suffering at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Ice now. Where is he? Where's he hiding? Taking tier 1 mid. He's got such a nice bridge. From bot lane all the way through the jungle towards the tier 1 at mid. He doesn't need to be sitting on one lane. Doesn't need a line of webs all down there. Ferrari does have blink too. Nice to get himself away. The overwhelming odds and duel now onto FY. But they don't have the damage to kill him. The living armor just keeps him so healthy. As Luo gets turned back around. Faith now dropping low. FY with the slave and the urn charge will push down Ferrari. Dodges the life strike array, but he jumps into the storm. How now on the hunt? Chuan in an awful lot of trouble. Right clicked and remmed it down as Luo gets back up to full health, but he's the last man standing in this actual engagement. Dropping low, How doesn't have Remnant yet. He's opting to go for the level 9 Remnant. They've got no more slows or stuns. Burning is farming up on his top lane though.
Still, this reminds me a bit of earlier on when we were casting IG versus HDT. Even though IG took that series, I felt like there was a certain stage where, okay, Lua is going to go down nice in here.
He's still pretty tanky with trusty attack. Slow down, headshot. Okay, with the assassination, How gets caught inside of the wards. Stubborn wards doing plenty of damage. How zip? Yeah, he gets himself out. I was just waiting for that. Come on, he's fine. He's just gonna zip. It's okay until Ferrari comes in and finishes him off.
Gonna be further chasing, I think, onto this tree maybe. But Burning really wants to Omni Slash something.
Yes, he does. Level 1 Omni Slash. Fenrir doesn't have any points in Naked Sky, so he can't go invisible, can't hide in the trees. But Burning backing up.
For Chuan in dodgy position, but yeah, there's no shrapnel from the sniper yet. Luckily for him. I want to go back to that mid fight. This is what we saw IG do against HGT as well. Like, IG just really wants to be able to fight, and even when they're in a weaker position in the game, I often find them just taking those fights anyway, irresponsibly. Lua started the fight to the mid lane, and IG should probably recognize that at this point of the game, they can't really take a fight unless they're at a positional numbers advantage. Some kind of fair looking fight is not going to favor them. He's now Faith with his level 6 with the Phoenix ulti. That could help decide a fight for them. Shadow Shaman, we saw his ulti dropped early on at the bot lane, which could help. But the fight that they took at the mid lane, it's questionable. It just seems like the result of IG as a team not wanting to accept sometimes that they're weaker and shouldn't be fighting.
Well, with this Broodmother here, you know, Ice needs to be addressed. IG, they've got a couple of choices. It looks like they're putting Burning down here for now. I was wondering whether it's the Legion Commander that just sits on this bot lane, but against the Storm Spirit, you kind of want Legion to get a fast blink and start jumping on Storm. Find pickoffs on him, kill Hao a couple of times, and assert your dominance on the map. But Burning is really susceptible to getting taken down on this bot lane.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. At the start of the draft, it looked like IG were in their comfort zone. By the end of the draft, slightly less maybe, because they were forced to react to the Broodmother pick. But the way the game started, I don't think IG's anywhere near their comfort zone right now. And they're gonna smoke up actually a 3 with the 2 supports and the Lina Pain towards the top lane. And try and make an important kill on House Storm Spirits. The first attempt came very close and the Living Armor just saved him, but maybe a second attempt works.
How spots them, he's going to be able to get away. The zip towards one, good placement here, can he catch How though? Looks like they'll just be able to get the Hex in range and now the Shackles. How in a lot of trouble. No Shackles, Living Armor keeping him alive, he's going to escape. Sorry, the last second Sonic Wave from Ferrari 430 as the Soul Ring was popped and Storm Spirit looked to jump away. But meanwhile on bot lane.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, exactly. They finally managed to get that kill, but I mean, there's a trade-off now.
Dire's middle tower is
because China's is ulti, maybe they get one tower for one tower. In fact, threatening the mid tower. FY's got low mana here, so actually getting pretty good objective-based trade here. Looked like they were committing a lot to the kill and weren't going to get objectives, but they got 1.5 towers for 1 tower as well. I suppose the half doesn't count because you're against the treant and the mid tower's just gonna get healed up now.
He throws Living Armor down. And the tower goes back up to basically full HP. Burning with the basic massive mana. His net worth, 4.7k. It's not too far behind.
Oh, top lane. He used all his mana to go onto Faith, and Faith just ultied up.
He doesn't have a TP either. How wants to TP to the tier 2 and then zipped across? Ferrari's going to chase this till the end of the earth. Oh, okay. They've got nature's guys. They were picking him. I guess during the fade time, they've got no sentries or anything around.
It's a sort of strange situation where, okay, Lina has just killed Juggernaut in the bot lane. I guess Broodmother was involved as well.
Yeah, Brood pops the ulti, throws out spawn spiderlings, and Laguna Blade definitely doesn't help this Jugger try and escape.
Yeah, Storm Spirit rolling deep to try and kill Phoenix is usually just not going to work, because Phoenix even with level 1 ulti, it hardly ever dies to just one hero.
Oh, and Blink. We're going to try and find How here. No, they jump in on Super. There's the duel. They'll take one down instantly. Fenrir with the overgrowth will slow down the advance. And he will not give his life away here as he goes into his nature's guise. There's no gem, there's no reveal. He'll be perfectly fine. How as well.
Church's got some sentry wards. No, they're not going to find him.
FY. Oh, FY. Farming alone on the spot lane. That's how... Okay, Burning dies again mid. I was going to say that's how dominant VG feel right now. They've got a Lina sitting at the tier 2 of the end.
Yep, and I was watching that mid kill. It's just the Storm rolling onto Juggernauts right in front of his tower with 2 friends, Broodmother and Sniper. Nice, easy, quick kill. I think that the fight that happened at the tier 1 top now was about the best looking thing that could happen for IG, with the Legion initiating with a really big overwhelming odds nuke, an ulti, and the Queen and Pain just finishing off. I think it was the Sniper they killed first and then they made a second kill. Those are the kinds of fights that IG need to take to make themselves space. But it's really difficult. Vici Gaming know what they're doing and they have the heroes to split up IG and force them to take the problematic kind of fights.
Are you looking at how?
Smoke up again.
How has nearly finished up his Bloodstone. Ice farming the jungle. He's going to be victim number 1. No, they're going to skip straight past him. FY goes in, mid sentry's dropped though. Ignis with the Hex and now Overgrowth as well. This is looking pretty damn good for IG so far. Ice dueled up and taken out. The fight that IG have been waiting for actually happens in their own jungle with a Supernova opening everything up.
I think that's a little bit odd because it seems like Vici Gaming were aware that there was some kind of rotation of that kind happening. And maybe over-relying on the invis from the tree, not expecting a sentry ward, thinking we'll actually get the jump on them. But there's a gem on Faith at this point now as well.
That gave a massive boost to IG. 3,500 experience and about 2,000 gold, taking 1,000 away from VG in the process. How? Do you really want to do this? Surely not. This is super risky. You don't know where the rest of IG are. Luo with the Blink Dagger can jump on you from anywhere. Oh, they've seen Fenrir. The lane ward is spotting him out. How now? Farming the creep wave aggressively. Jump in. There's the duel. Luo finds him and burning. Omni slash down. They can't finish out How just yet as the living armor keeps him alive for that little bit too long. But he can't jump away, and the poor old Treant is wiped down. The gem on Faith allowing it all to happen.
So IG just making better movements around the map in general than Vici Gaming for these last few moves, and absolutely back in the game, if not a bit ahead now, I would say. I mean, there's still a concern of Burning Spawn being a bit behind, but he's a Juggernaut, he's got a Master Max, he's going to get far very, very quickly if you leave him alone for a few minutes.
So what's that? 2,000 gold and 3,000 experience the first time, then another 1,000 gold and another 2,000 experience for that kill? That lead that VG had has been decimated. They may not even have a lead over the next couple of minutes. Luo now, focused down, and Dago with eyes will drop him super low and finish him off.
I want to say that the two things going for VG still are firstly that Lina is much more farmed and much higher level than the supports on IG. Level 11 versus 2 level 9s, and look at the net worth difference. And secondly that Burning's a bit behind, but the latter thing, Burning's going to catch up. I have no doubt at all that his net worth's going to catch up to everyone else. So it's just a question of, do Vici Gaming get value out of this strong support Lina? How do they get that kind of value?
Get a fast Yules, take down the co-op pretty easily if you time that stun well. I just looking at How, and he needs to get items up. He needs his Bloodstone, he needs to stop dying. He's been picked off, what, 3 times over the past couple of minutes from his own over-aggression rather than a good play from IG. Maybe you feel like, okay, we're dominating so hard, I can zip in on a support, I can get this kill easily, then zip myself out. But it's not that easy against Supernova from Phoenix. The jump in from Luo now, he's got Blink Dagger and nearly Blade Mail completed. Getting harder and harder for How to actually find these pickoffs.
Regeneration.
It's quite interesting to actually notice that Storm and Jag, which are the two 1-position players, are behind the net worth of pretty much both 2s and until a second ago both 3s as well.
Well, the Blink kick now, FY with the Yules, making it useful already. Come on. Next up, How gets the shack. No, doesn't get the shackle. Not get the shackle. FY is now chasing down Sonic Wave with the living armor, going to keep him healthy as he TPs his way back to base.
That living armor has done so much work this game already, and ISSI's just solo killing Phoenix. Was that the gem? Did he still have the gem?
Oh, that's a good question. No, Ferrari has the gem.
Yeah, that's a good call, I think, because you're dealing with the Broodmother with Dagon 2, soon to be 3. I don't think Phoenix can walk around holding a gem.
Someone we haven't seen too much of though is Super. He's been sitting here at Ancients, blinking away at these Black Dragons, trying to build up his itemization. Because they're giving bot lane to Broodmother, top lane to Storm Spirit, and mid lane is sort of this danger zone. Where if he stands anywhere close to these steps or, close to the ramp over here, if he goes anywhere outside of his tier 1 tower, he's going to get jumped on by Co-op, Legion, whoever. IG are going to try and focus him down. He's done very well to stay under the radar. Just keep his gold income low.
Well, and Blade Mail is going to be a really important pickup on Lure in this game, because now when he initiates, the risk of counter initiation is so much lower. Like what do you do? You try and kill him before he kills the person he went on, or if he's got Blade Mail, you're all going to die. Wow, I'm shocked to see. Have you looked at Faith's items recently?
Phoenix?
He's going for a Midas.
Oh, it's pretty standard, but the fact
on the off lane it is. I mean, he's the lowest net worth in this game.
That's true. He was a 5-role support here. Faith jumps in. Supernova down to Hal, but he's got plenty of mana just to zip away. Super looking for the kill. Luo finds the duel though. Sniper caught out. The Bruno Blade returned back. Luo is going to want that regret going in on Super. Looked a little bit shaky though. He's one now. Focus down. As Faith tries the Sunray, but VG's coming out on top, cleaning up one after another. Ferrari flicks over the trees, burning, assassinating. Is this perfectly timed? Yes, it is. One more hit, one more Dragon's Slave.
Lure's made a pretty big mistake there, because he's initiated in a precarious position, but even that I think is okay. He could go in there. He didn't Blade Mail before he ultied, and he went down, and the amount of damage he would have returned if he did Blade Mail, the Queen of Pain arrives, maybe he can finish off some people, but he didn't manage to get Blade Mail off, and I think that really was costly in that fight.
I did not know you could still receive Steam notifications if you were in offline mode. Oh well, I know you can receive group if a group sends an update across the board, like Payday for instance. Payday is a really good example. Okay, Ferrari's invis here. I don't know if they're going to go for anything. Fenrir is attempting everyone to take the stride. Opening goes to land. Sonic Wave hits 3 in fact, but the follow-up just non-existent. Ice Ice bails out of this one.
Yeah, and they're thinking Lina's on pretty low mana, and maybe we can get something done. But nope, and that's another 2 upgrades. Is it for Ice? Dagon level 4.
We have Shadowblade and Queen of Pain. Orchid and Shadowblade. Finally, we get to see it again. Not sure what it'll go for next, but I've been really enjoying these builds. Usually, safe lane Quap, we've seen go Orchid, Shadowblade, then Skadi or BKB, depending on how defensive you feel you need to be. But the Chinese teams are really loving this item pickup. It allows you to go invis, go into a fight with Shadowblade, and then blink yourself out or further forward with your actual blink. So it gives you so much more range and dynamic ability.
He's gonna find Storm.
Can he kill himself? He's got no Sonic Wave. With Luo, the duel will be there, and How still healing up, living armor. Okay. Oh, that was getting close though.
Shadowblade already doing work. Immediately finding a kill. I really like this build. We give credit to ZYF for starting this build, but we've seen a lot of Chinese players do it since then, and I've mostly been seeing this build winning games, to be honest.
Battle Fury and Juggernaut. Burning going all in to kill these little spiderlings, and you can fully expect it. Sometimes we see Maelstrom, sometimes we see Battle Fury. You need someone who can deal with the Broodmother.
Yeah, it's also to do with recovering farm position where he's not the farm leader and wants to become the farm leader. I saw him do this yesterday in the series against LGD as well, on Juggernauts. The Fenrir has picked up his own gem now, and I think that's an immediate response to seeing the Queen of Pain and Shadowblade, because while she's going around with a gem and a Shadowblade, she's hunting, she's hunting Realize that's dead.
Yeah, they found him. FY, and Light Striker Ray throws it down onto Luo. But they can't finish up Ice Ice with Dagon. Oh, he gets healed up. Ferrari blinks away. Assassinate gonna get blink dodge there. The jump still continues. How with no vortex? Doesn't matter.
Okay, Ice is not dead. Actually, Ferrari is dead, and that's a gem lost.
And so is Luo. So gem lost, 2 cores down. Fight recap says that VG, good job, boys. And IG gonna be pretty salty about that. They went in for the kill. Looked like they were gonna be perfectly fine. Broodmother, Ice Ice just says no, hang on a sec. I'm the guy in charge here, this is my jungle. I've got Dagon level 5 now.
I really thought they'd kill him, he's pretty tanky. I suppose he's level 17. Maybe that's what surprised. You expect a Legion and a Queen of Pain to be able to burst down a Broodmother pretty fast.
He has no strength threads, he has no BKB, he's got no stat items to speak of. He has
living armor.
Yes, exactly, he just has living armor. Burning.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Not fun at all. Spawn Spirlings is now a massive nuke. Single target along with a Dagon, dropping heroes from 100 to 0 in the space of like half a second.
And FY's support Lina is now the 4th richest player in the game.
Ahead of the Queen of Pain, with Aghanims now on Lina, man.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So you were asking if Lina might go Skadi or BKB. I'll be surprised if she goes. If Queen of Pain, sorry. I'd be surprised if we see Queen of Pain go BKB when the Lina's already got an Aghanims and already planning to focus on the Queen of Pain in fights, probably. One of those tricky things where you like the BKB to avoid Storm pulling you, to avoid Lina stunning you, the disables, but I don't know, if Lina's plan is to prioritize ulti on you anyway, the BKB is not doing enough, I think.
Oh yeah, also with the Broodmother, thanks chat for pointing it out, you've got the incapacitating bite, that mischance when he's fighting up against Luo. Ferrari did blink back to try and dodge the Light Strike Array, or he moved himself backwards, while Ice was basically 1 versus 1 with the Legion Commander for about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds, and in that time, Luo missing a bunch of hits. So you know, there's a culmination of multiple things there allowing Ice to survive. If you're fighting him man on man, right clicks against right clicks, especially think about it, if Ice gets a butterfly, he ends up with like 75% evasion if he's hitting you 1 versus 1.
Faith's farmed himself another gem, and I just saw something really amusing. I don't know if you're watching him. He bought a Midas, and he's sitting here with the Midas, and he can't go to his jungle because the enemy team's all there. So he actually walked to the Ancients and swooped across so that he could Midas a creep mid-swoop.
What, from the wave?
Yeah, from the wave. He stood at the Ancients, swooped into mid lane, Midas to creep, and swooped down.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Poor guy.
attack.
Dire Observer gets placed pretty aggressively there, watching for movements between the base and tier 2 towers at top and mid. So VG are going to have a pretty good idea here of what they're dealing with. Faith, let me click on the damn guy. Gem. Yes, he does have a gem. So he'll be able to deward if they can
Dire's
get
top
into
tower
range.
is under
Because that's the
attack.
difficulty right now, is leaving your base.
Radiant's middle tower
The difficulty
is
for
under
IG
attack.
is getting yourself into the
Radiant's
position
middle
to
tower
do
has
anything.
fallen.
IG are going to get the tower and probably go back to defend after.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Well, look at burning now.
Radiant's
I don't know,
middle
do they
tower
go back?
is
It looks
under
like they're
attack.
just going to blink away. Super with a
Radiant
sniper.
structures
Taking
are
away the HP of
fortified.
that tier 3 tower. Burning though on his
Dire's
top lane.
top
He is
tower
now
is under
4th
attack.
in terms of net worth. He has overtaken the Lina. He's getting up there. Wants to be first. In the middle of the enemy base, there are spiralings, there are wards, there's all sorts of nonsense. Burning is taking tier 3
Radiant's
though,
bottom
guys.
tower is under
Living
attack.
armor goes down, but how do you respond to this? Life Strike Array is not going to be fast enough. Laguna Blade will rip through the magic community there of Burning. They catch him. Can they catch him? How burns through all of his mana, but cannot make the distance in time.
Yeah, we spoke about that before. I think Lina's combo if Juggernaut has spin is basically never gonna hit him. I think he's gonna get the spin off pretty much every time. And I really like that Burning didn't go back, even though I suggested I thought he was going to. We saw something similar in the previous series we watched. You're against a Vici team that has an Aegis and is pushing down your base, and you're a bit nervous about actually taking a full-on fight. Your Shadow Shaman already ultied when you're pushing. And if you can get it to work, to split push instead and draw them back is always going to be preferable than forcing yourself to take that fight.
Ice, what are you doing? You are actually inside a tree. Like, this shouldn't be physically possible. How are you inside the tree? There are raging heroes all around him. They're not going to spot him, they're not going to know he's there.
He's hiding in the trees, isn't that what he told HY to do?
I don't know. Just stay in the trees?
Yeah.
That was HY telling Ice, I think.
Oh,
What,
okay.
you mean from TI1?
Yeah, from free to play.
Yeah. Pretty sure the line was
nice,
something along
nice.
the line. I think it was something along the lines of, I told you to stay in the trees. Why didn't you stay in the trees? Why do you never listen to me?
He's doing it now, right? He's staying in the trees.
Advice from 3 years ago. 4 years ago? Long time ago. Long time ago.
But it's just, you know, the lead in net worth is Ice on this Brood method. But you gotta question at some points what he's getting, you know, what is that gold on? It's on a Dagon 5, and there's certain situations where that's doing a lot of work, and there's other situations where it's doing absolutely nothing. So it's a bit misleading to just look at the gold and say, okay, fine, big gold lead for Vici Gaming, because a lot of that gold is on levels of Dagon.
Once BKB start coming up for IG, becomes less and less potent. You know, 32 minutes in, this is when you want to maybe consider closing out the game as VG.
Radiant's
So that's
middle
what we're going to try
tower
and
is
do.
under
They've
attack.
attempted once before.
Al's just lost his Aegis actually. He heads back to bottle, or just to pick up the regen rune. Going back to the push, but IG might be happier to take this fight now if there's no Aegis. Look at Faith's positioning. That smoke, planning to wrap around and get a nice ulti.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Faith gets spotted out. How jumps in, jumps out. What's he doing? Shifting it all about. Now Luo finds him with a duel for the Dagon man. Luo gets zapped by the Laguna Blade against things off, and Faith not long for this world. 2 heroes now without buyback for IG and VG. Look like we might just take the first lane of Rax 32 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it doesn't make a huge difference here, but I just want to point out
Radiant's
that the
middle
game
barracks are under
before using ulti.
Ferrari, the light strike array from the Luna, from the Lina even. Yules up into the air, there's no way you can blink away from that. Couple that up with the Orchid from How. Pretty devastating for the Queen of Pain.
All of a sudden it seems like the game is close to over. There's probably 2 lanes of Rax
Dire's
for
top
Vici
tower
Gaming.
is under attack.
How do you come back from this? The Shadow Blade from Queen of Pain worked out a couple of times, found the kills, they switched around. In the grand scheme of things, Burning Dawn, insta-dive, alone at mid lane. How jumped on
bottom barracks are under attack.
We talk about the fact that Ice's net worth is all on a Dagon, sure, but look at the net worth for actually Vici Gaming here as well.
Yeah, F1 caught in the duel. Super knows going to be a pretty good hit. Catching out everyone. On the side, going between Korean and Blue Brother. Burning finally managing to get some kills with 2 fights. F1 turns back around to Luo and takes him down to the play.
It's a big fight for IG, but after losing 1.5 sets of racks, feels like, you know, it's a consolation prize. They can't afford to lose another big fight, or they'll definitely get mega. And by the way, that fight, the way it started, I don't know if you're wondering when Hal rolled in, I just noticed it wasn't only Faith who was smoked, the Lure Legion was also smoked. So Hal rolled in expecting to just be rolling on a solo Rasta and initiating on him. And then they were surprised, because obviously they're smoked, they're planning to go in. And they don't expect Storm to just like roll into them. And I think Lure panicked a bit, reacted in a bit of a panic and jumps in ultis and again doesn't activate Blade Mail. As I said, probably in that situation, even with the Blade Mail, it's going to go badly for his team. But they can't be getting these initiations wrong. IG are kind of on their last life. They need to get the Blink, duel, Blade Mail combo perfect. Blade Mail before the duel, and Faith needs to try and get a big ulti off on the back side of that.
They need BKBs as well. Like the Queen of Pain Shadow Blade, I was going to bring this up before the fight kicked off. You know, the Shadow Blade did work. A couple of times they caught them by surprise, but without a BKB, got nothing to survive through Lina combo, Sniper Assassinate, Storm Spirit jumping on you, Dagon from Broodmother. I'm going to leave that one to last because that's like the most potent one. When he couples it up with E-Blade, which he nearly has.
And she's bought the BKB now, but like I said earlier, that Lina's ulti is going to deal her more than half of her HP, even through BKB. I mean, this is a level 17 Lina with Magnums, level 3 ulti, 950 pure damage. We need to keep going back to the fact that FY is a support.
Yeah.
He's not support, look at the difference.
Do they have a gem on IG? They do, right? Yeah, Ferrari has a gem, so we'll see where Ice is. He's just posturing up on top of this cliff. Might be able to catch him out. He's forced to smoke. In jumps Luo. He's not going to catch anyone just yet. They try to go for June in the back end with the Phoenix Egg landing. Ferrari gets the Sonic Wave down. Who are they focusing on though? How and Fender, let's take them. Getting the Summer Balls and down onto How's Fate. They're going to be just fine. Burning does bring someone down. Luo takes that Ice with a duel. Is this a one fight for IG? They're taking Roche. 5x for the Sniper. Broodmother does not have that luxury. TP's back down to bot lane. Assassinate. We're going to try and do down Burning or Chuan or someone. They've got the damage. They've got Hal. He comes in with a double kill. Now Luo. Third to fall maybe. Depends on how quickly Sniper can get here, because Fenrir's getting burned by the sun. He flew too high. He wings the melting. Ferrari turns back around. This is a fight of turnaround after turnaround. Luo tries to fight Roche. I'm not sure what the plan is there, but Super says, no sir, this is not for you.
Is he trying to die to Roche quickly, or maybe run past him and blink away?
I don't know, but look at the base. Tier 4s are falling. Ferrari has to blink back. I think he wanted to go in there and try and steal leaders to the bottle. It wasn't possible, and that fight was a mess for everyone involved.
And I feel like there's times where IG are clearly making better movements around the map and starting better fights, but
Radiant's middle tower
Vici Gaming just had them figured out from the start. I feel
Radiant
like winning the lanes, having that kind of advantage, the draft advantage in terms of how they line up and interact with each other.
Ferrari dead here. Life Striker in. Oh, they can't see him. They've got no gem. No.
And a little bit slow on the switch anyway. I think they're which the rare thing to see on him. I think BG just gonna try and close out the game right now and see if IG have any fight left in them.
Full tower falling, Ice trying to focus down the throne, but Supernova gives them an even better target. They will bring down Faith, who flies back instantly. Ferrari salving himself up in the fountain just so he can jump out a little bit. Finds How. With the strike from Fenrir. the heat. Luo now dueling Fenrir, but FY, man, that Laguna Blade. Ferrari didn't stand a chance. Supernova, the assassinate, not Supernova, the super. Brings Burning down to half HP, and I think that might just be game over. As Burning picks up the high ground, FY can get the stun, but Blade Fury.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.